Oh, hey, look, we're live. Look at the little ticker. The little ticker. It's ticking.
Oh, I do see the ticker. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dave's favorite part of this new tool we use.
Tick tock, tickety tock, tick tock, tickety tock, tick tock, tickety tock, tickety tick. I can't do it. I'm not Toby Mac.
Yeah.
Time is slipping away. Slipping away. Okay.
That it is. So let's get this show on the road.
Let's get this show on the road. So we're going to start tonight with our new segment. What are you drinking? Well, I mean, everybody knows that there is some brown liquid in my glass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what we call the podcast juice. But tonight, it's Four Roses single barrel bourbon that I got when I drove across state lines last week to go get some inexpensive bourbon, because the state of Alabama is not exactly the best place to get bourbon.
So you were running liquor back across the state lines.
I was making their way the only way they know how. Anyway, are we allowed to sing Dukes of Hazzard anymore?
I don't see why not. You just have to blur out the top of the car.
Okay. As long as I can have the General Lee,
sure.
I'll be okay.
Sure.
Okay. So, Adam, I have Four Roses single barrel bourbon in my cup.
Yep.
What, pray tell, is in your cup?
This is a French press. And in that French press is Crio Brew. And
Crio Brew.
Crio, C-R-I-O.
Okay.
Oh, hey, look, there's Wendy. Hi, Wendy.
Sup?
Thanks for joining us. It's 6:30 out there, so it's a supper time show for Wendy.
There you go.
So in my French press is Crio Brew, which instead of coffee, it's actually ground cacao beans. Cacao. And so it is basically brewed chocolate. And so I put a little bit of this in it, sweet creamer in it, and it actually comes out like hot chocolate, but it doesn't have any of the sugar and all that stuff in it. So.
And you drink yours like decaf anyway, right?
Well, it doesn't have caffeine in it. It actually has a different thing in it than caffeine.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about that.
Wow. Okay. Oh, how sweet. We get hey guys or from we get hey guys from Chrissy, and then sup nerds from Kevin. Husband and wife. Thanks, guys.
Then my mom redeemed it with another hey guys, and then Chrissy comes back saying my drink sounds hippie. Yeah,
it does.
I'm not the one drinking anything called Four Roses. Okay.
Actually, Chrissy she had never had bourbon, and she tasted my bourbon last week at the beach. And it was great. Because first of all, seeing her reaction to drinking Woodford Reserve was hilarious. Well, Woodford's good, but it's what's funny.
All that stuff just sends chills down my back, man. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
You drove all the way to Florida to go. Oh, all the way to Florida. That's when that's what your trip that you sent the picture of. Yeah.
Kevin went with us. It was good, but so what's funny about Woodford is actually less alcoholic than Four Roses, but Four Roses is actually smoother than Woodford Reserve. So the more you know.
Who knew?
I knew.
See, I have to share this real quick. My dad said he's drinking Virgil's coffee. That is actually true. I found a small batch roastery that makes a coffee called Virgil's Blend.
Okay.
And I got that for him for Father's Day. So he is drinking Virgil's coffee.
Well, that's pretty cool. What? Well, all right then. Look at him.
Oh, well.
Well. All right. So I've got all this shared to my timeline. So we'll see if all my friends are in there. Hey, Lindy. Lindy said hello to your dad, your mom and dad.
Hey, Lindy.
Lindy went to the Garth Brooks show. So, Lindy, I have a question.
Show? The drive-in one?
I have a question for you, Lindy. Do you feel ripped off paying $100 to watch a Garth Brooks taped show that was taped, 45, 60 days ago? Because to me, I don't think it would have been fun. Now, some of these guys are now doing really, I don't want to hear that sound when you when you drink
it's
coffee.
So good. It's so good, man.
Once it touches your lips.
Oh my god!
But some artists are actually doing drive-in shows where they're actually singing and doing live, where they're singing and doing live shows at the drive-in venue. But Garth did the exact same show at like 45 drive-ins all across the country, and it was a stadium show he did before COVID hit. So, there you go, Lindy. Okay.
Went with the expectation of what it would be, and then we went as a date night. I hope you enjoyed it, Lindy.
I do too. Kevin actually brings up a good point about Garth too. Garth's Netflix documentary was super weird and cringy,
and that's why I haven't watched it.
I watched the first episode.
There's episodes?
Yeah, there's 2 episodes. So it was something they did on A&E a couple years ago.
See, I love Garth Brooks, but there's times where he's like the Oprah Winfrey of country music, where he just like puts too much of himself out there. Like when remember in the late 90s when all of his CDs, there were first editions and limited editions of a CD.
Yep. Chrissy hits the nail on the head right there.
So why does he say, why is that true? What does he do?
He cries in all of his stuff. He makes excuses for why him and his first wife broke up, and honestly, so here is what it really made me mad. The first time he went into the recording booth with Trish, or Mrs. Yearwood, as he calls her, he walked out. I mean, he had just moved to Nashville, married. Trisha was married. Everybody was married, and he said, Is it bad to say that I feel like I just met my wife? I'm like, dude, you were married at the time.
Yeah, that's problematic.
Yeah, the whole In Another's Eyes.
That's problematic.
I love that song, but it was his affair with Trisha Yearwood unfolding right there in in the song.
I have to say, I've watched and we should be having this conversation on the podcast. This is quality stuff.
Yeah,
I had a watched Trisha Yearwood's show on Food Network, and it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
That dude's straight up full of it. That sentiment kind of carries over into Trisha's show, because like she's like, okay, so today we're gonna make something, and then we're gonna pitch a tent in the backyard, and we're gonna have like a little camping thing.
Wait, they're going to pitch a tent?
Well, hang on. She makes this huge spread first off. Then you go out back, and it's a glamping tent, like this 20-foot wide thing. And then all of her friends come over, and none of them actually go in the tent. They just all stand around and stuff. And it's like, that represents nobody's life. And she's like, and so this is what I call my spatula. And here's what I use it for. And it's like, thanks, Trisha. We know what a spatula is.
So here you go for Lindy, where they went to that show. There were lots of people around who are making a party tailgate of it, and they seemed to be having a blast. But I had a blast laughing at them when it poured down rain and they got soaked. Sure. Lindy, were they wearing a mask? Were they 6 feet apart? Were they social distancing? Because
was it anywhere? Was it a red state? I think you have your answer to that question.
That has been a big issue on my Facebook wall this week. Yeah. I wish I had my masks down here. I brought them to my truck, but I got 2 new masks this week. Oh, I can do this actually. Kevin, he was standing outside the fire.
Yeah, well, I agree with this sentiment. I'm going to put it up there. The tight jeans and his blood could finally make true body. I mean, he went more with the ball cap route there for a while, and then Chris Gaines showed up.
Hey, now
I think there's something to be said about that.
Chris Gaines, that is one of the most underrated albums.
Yeah, in some parts.
I was one of the weird ones that I loved that album.
Well, I enjoyed it too, but there's some of those songs that just shouldn't have been made.
No,
White Flag or whatever it was called. There's some of them that are pretty weird.
But they were great. I mean, if it was for, if they were going to do the movie, if the movie had come out like we thought it was going to on WB, it was going to be a WB movie, then I would have loved it. I think it would have been great. But the album flopped because it was bad. It was bad.
So. I thought. Yeah. Well, I didn't think it was bad.
Well, hold up. I'm trying to talk about masks. I'm trying to switch my green screen here for a second, but My computer's acting up. Anyway, but the movie would have been bad, and so they didn't greenlight it.
You're delayed. I don't know if everybody else sees that, but
what's going
on?
Got
some issues going on over there. Like when you start clicking around and start mousing around in the settings, all of a sudden you're like really slow and like behind.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I'll stop messing around the settings. I'll just thank you. Your coworker is. I'm liking Wendy. Wendy, she needs to be on it. She is always on the show. We like you, Wendy. And this is for you, Adam.
What?
What's the poster over your right shoulder?
This one here or this one? This is my right shoulder. That is Baby Yoda.
My right,
as you can tell. This is one from 1980. It's like a play on the whole Uncle Sam wants you for the U.S. Army, and it's the bear wants you. It's got two kids looking up at the poster dreaming about playing for the bear. So one of my favorites.
Lindy. Come on.
Susie says, hey, from YouTube. That's our first YouTube comment.
Hey, what's going on, Susie? Whoa, my hand looks like all jumbled.
That's what I'm saying, man. You got some things going on over there.
Well, it's the green screen.
So which way do I turn? Yeah, this one. This is weird because it's flipped. Yeah, that's a Baby Yoda with the Mandalorian.
You're having troubles with it being flipped? Do we need to talk about that again this week?
No, because I don't have a green screen behind me, Weatherman Dave. If you can see here, the weather outside the Mandalorian.
As you can see right here on this wonderful man's beard, and he's yelling. But over here, this is a baseball, and we get to see baseball a little bit in the end of the month. And this is a lightsaber right here, and this is an ugly man. Okay, I got my.
Why would you have a painting of an ugly man on your wall?
Well, that's not a painting. It's a green screen.
I know. Give me some credit, man.
No, I'm not giving you credit. So see, this is what we do in our pre-show. This is just fun. Why do we need to do this more often?
Do we?
Yeah,
we do this every week.
Well, we don't have a lot. Lindy never joined.
We're having good participation.
Lindy doesn't join us every week.
Wendy and Lindy. See, that's the key. You have to have the people whose names rhyme with Indy.
Can we have Indiana Jones?
Shoot for the moon, man. Sure.
Shoot for the moon.
Oh, and Chrissy. So it's people whose name end in a E sound.
There you go. Speaking of, Chrissy and Kevin will laugh at this.
Oh, why don't you give us the weatherman interpretation of that one? What happened there?
Hey, cousin. Anna Bannister says hi. She's my cousin. So this is my truck tire. This is sand. I was stuck on the sand for
no, that's not on the sand. That's not on the sand. That's in the sand.
In the sand. And we will talk about that on today's showing, recording of the show. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
I'm going back onto the Facebook video just to see you have to talk about that again. That's funny.
Why?
Sorry. A hernia from trying to push you out. Holy cow, man.
This is my tire. What you don't see, and I'm glad I didn't go on the other side. On the other side here, my tailpipe is actually touching the sand.
Really?
Yep.
The old sand in the tailpipe trick.
Sand in the tailpipe.
So go ahead. He pulled a quad. So you gave these people hernias and quads. You made them drink your nasty stuff. I mean,
my nasty stuff. What are you talking about?
Four rivers or whatever. Four
roses.
Tulips.
Roses. I know you like to think yours don't stink. Lean a little closer, see that roses really smell like poo. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Well, thank you, Mike. I'm glad somebody would have come to my rescue. I called State Farm.
It sounds like two people tried to come to your rescue. What are you talking about? You injured half the people that were there that day.
I know. Well, so I actually got a Chevy. A Chevy pulled me out. It was quite yeah. Thank you. Chrissy. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. So
Ford that day stand for found on roadside dune.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. All right. So yeah, we can. You want to go ahead and start recording the show here? Are you good?
I'm good whenever you are, man.
Is you good?
That is good.
I'm afraid to do my beach trip report with Kevin and Chrissy here listening to us, but Kevin knows that he's going to get talked about when we do our fishing report.
Uh-oh.
All I have to say with Kevin, I don't have my emojis with me right now, but he was a little green the second we got in the bay. So, and you're frozen now, Mr. Russell. Adam, when you come back to me again.
There we go.
Okay. I was singing Garth Brooks for everybody.
Oh, for Pete's sake, don't subject him to that.
I was singing When You Come Back to Me Again. Okay, the human jukebox is ready. Y'all ready?
Do it.
Y'all ready for this? Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let's go. All right. So we will be recording. And here we go. In 3, 2, stop laughing.
Just do it. Count us down. Just.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. And welcome back into the one, the only, the Unrelated at Birth podcast. We are here. I am back. The Quack Attack is back at full strength, Jack. You've got the one, the only, the golden voice of the South, the human jukebox, Dave Adams, coming to you at the top of the state of Alabama in the Unrelated at Birth podcast studio. And as always, I have brought along my friend, Adam Russell.
That's it?
What's going on, man?
No, phenomenal brother, all the way from the
phenomenal brother.
If you're up in the Unrelated at Birth podcast studio, I'm gonna pull a Rush Limbaugh and I'll say that I'm down in the Southern Command.
That works.
The Unrelated at Birth Southern Command. You've got
Baby Yoda, Mando looking at you.
I do.
The bear is looking at you.
One of only 32 that they made, and it's signed by the artist too, by the way.
Baby Yoda looks a little freaky.
Why?
In that, I mean, he's got big eyes.
Yeah, you can't really see it in this light. He's actually got some iris inside of his eye, a little bit that makes it a little less freaky when you look at it in the light. It looks really kind of big and black and vacant, but
okay,
kind of like Dave's soul. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I was at the beach, and fun times.
Sure.
So what happened last week while I was gone? I hear that you and it sounded like Vance said that it was a perfect show because I wasn't on it. Is that what happened?
Vance came out with that opinion. I had no influence in that whatsoever. That was a straight take just from him.
I mean, you did talk about footy on the show when I wasn't here.
Sure.
Is that why?
I just mentioned it. People need stuff to do.
Why bring up that crap when you can talk about a beach trip?
I agree. A beach trip would be better than that, but the person at the beach wasn't here to talk about it.
Well, I tried. We tried very hard, but it, we just couldn't do it. Hey, we do have a question from the audience.
We do.
Can you answer said question?
Read it to me and I'll answer it.
Adam, has a local business restaurant owner in my office today that said something like 9,000 restaurants in Orlando have closed of like 14,000. Lots of people leaving because of no work at Disney or Orlando or whatever.
I have not heard that statistic. That's interesting if that's true. No, I think with Disney reopening, Universal reopening, we'll have to see how folks travel again. But I would honestly guess that a lot of those restaurants, how do I say this nicely? I don't want to offend anybody in the food business, but a lot of the restaurants around here seem to be, hey, I want to make money, and it only takes one bad downturn like this to really flesh out the wheat from the chaff. And I think that a lot of those were probably going to fail soon anyway, if I had to guess. But
really,
I have not heard that stat. Well, honestly, you think about what Orlando is. We've talked about this before. You've got Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Incorporated Orange County, Windermere, Winter Garden, Winter Park. Orlando is a huge, huge area. And if all of those restaurants had enough business during the downturn to stay afloat, I really seriously doubt that. So
right,
the ones that were probably not popular to begin with probably felt it more so. But no, I would, my dad commented below, the 2 pass holder preview days filled in 5 minutes. You felt that pain yourself. The park pass stuff sold out fast. And I think people are showing the demand is there.
I think Adam froze again. Oh, there you are.
You're back. I think the problem is getting the volume of people that we had before. There's definitely demand for the theme parks, but there's not, 250 million people a year coming through here this year like there normally is.
Yeah. I do want to ask, do you know anybody that got any of those pass holder previews?
I know 2 of them.
Okay, so they are going?
They are, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I know 2 of them too, apparently, because, they didn't mention anything.
Yeah, I honestly only know 3 pass holders that I talked to and have gotten any feedback from, and that's you and my parents. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, as people can see from what I'm about to post, sitting behind me, we all need to just suck it up and do.
Oh, we're going there. We're going there first, huh?
Yeah, we're going there first.
Okay.
Wear your frickin' mask. We're going here first because this is an important thing. We're going on a time where Alabama's cases are rising, Florida's cases are rising. All of the places that people want to do things, cases are rising. To me, there's only one way to get rid of this. Well, there's 2 ways. 1, stay at home.
Yeah.
Or 2, when you go out, this hand. Right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Wear a mask.
Yeah, I'm just amazed at this year and how divided everything seems to be. There's always like 2 sides to everything, and you're either on one or you're on the other. And this is one where I think you and I disagree with a lot of folks who fall on our same political spectrum on this topic.
Yep.
Because I still see a lot of folks, and I think the problem with it is not necessarily even whether or not you wear a mask. It's the reactions we have to each other when we do or don't.
Right.
We say be kind to each other at the end of every show, right? And you see people who don't wear a mask telling the ones who do that they're a bunch of sheep and they're uneducated and masks don't work and you're going to asphyxiate from carbon dioxide poisoning and all of this stuff. But then the people who wear the masks tell the ones who don't, you're uneducated and you don't care about other people, and it always has to become so personal. When wearing a mask is a very personal thing and it's a personal decision, but it's not about me. It's about everybody else I come into contact with. Because I could be asymptomatic right now. You could be asymptomatic right now. Neither one of us would know it, but we could potentially still, in fact, we should be thankful right now. And I'll shut up and let you say your piece, but we should be thankful right now that the R0 right now, the transmission factor right now is even in Florida, only 1.4. Yeah. And that means that every person is only infecting 1.4 other people.
Which is shocking.
Which is shocking to me. But what that proves, though, is that a lot of these spikes are due to a very specific cause. It's 25 to 34-year-olds when the bars reopened, all going out and acting like they're invincible and that their lives are the only ones that matter. But now, no offense to anybody in those ages, but that's exactly where we find ourselves. And you and I have talked on this show about it a few times, of the younger generation, like all younger generations do, worrying mainly about themselves. And we all have to look beyond that. And the mask is about looking beyond that. So
yeah, I agree. Ellie, you're wearing a green shirt.
That's funny.
You can't see yourself. But so first off, Chrissy has asked a question. Why has masks turned political? I don't know why masks have turned political. Pause this for a second. Ellie wants to say hello. The mic is right here.
Hello.
Hi, Ellie.
All right. Good night. Mommy says tell her good night and send her back. So Good night. I love you.
Love you.
All right, go. All right, so let's back to Chrissy's question here. Why have masks turned political? That's a good question. They shouldn't be. Ellie, turn the light on. They shouldn't be political, but who knows? Because the problem I'm having is I'm seeing more conservative Christians, Bible-believing Christians, who are belligerent about not wearing a mask. They believe that their freedoms are being infringed on. People believe that I don't know what it is, but it's the mostly GOP diehard people are saying, I'm not gonna wear a mask and you can't make me dadgummit.
Well, and you know what? They have a point. I mean, other than a true executive order or something from the federal government, you really can't, in theory, make anybody do it. And there's a point to be made there, but it's the wrong hill to die on.
Right.
It's
and
the
Mike
wrong place to plant your flag.
Yeah. Mike has a great point here. He says, I think mask is a good idea, but the problem is the government. You can't trust the government. It's changing all the time. You have some medical experts that say yes, and then some say no. He works in healthcare, and I know doctors that argue about this. Yep. Medical doctors. So I honestly believe people don't know what they believe. Now, in his job as hospice chaplain, he wears a mask and gloves. That's just his opinion.
But I think it falls into, what is the harm?
Right.
And outside of the argument I've heard people make, people that we know personally, that, you get carbon dioxide poisoning if you wear a mask, that type of thing. Outside of that type of argument, what is the harm? If you really believe that wearing a mask is going to, and I've seen people post on Facebook that they want you to wear a mask now so that they can make you do all kinds of things later because they're trying to see how much they can make you do. So here's my thing. But here's my thing. The person that posted that is a Trump supporter. And if you believe that the federal and state governments of this country are being allowed to make you wear something so that eventually they can make you do more than that, why are we going to reelect a dude who lets that happen?
Right.
But at the same time, everybody's like, well, if we elect Biden, that's what's going to happen. It's happening now. If you're telling me right now that and to Mike's point, you can't trust the government, that's very true. But if you can't trust the government, why are we going to get 4 more years of this?
Yeah. That's
why are we going to keep putting ourselves through this again and again? And the problem is, I know it's both parties and you're going to get the same thing either way. But for me, the mask is, what is the problem with it other than I'm being made to do something I don't like to do? And so what ends up happening is the way the Democrats have perceived the right now is you have a petulant child in the White House and a bunch of his followers and they're acting like petulant children about wearing a mask. It's a trap that they didn't even have to set.
We said it.
Everybody just walked right into it, willingly walked right into it and said, we must reopen everything and we've got to do all this stuff. And I'm not wearing a mask and life's going to go back to normal. And we walked right into it and they said, okay, here. You know? And when we're in a situation now where red states are seeing the spike and blue states are seeing it down. Well, guess what, folks? Here's what happens. When blue states were seeing the spikes and red states were down, that was the first wave. Now, the second wave is the red states, the wave that's only 5 months away from the election. Which do you think is going to stick around in the news cycle longer? What happened 3 months ago or what's happening right now? So we've reopened and allowed the second wave to happen now in the red states.
I think we're still in the first wave.
Right to Trump. Nobody knows. That's really the problem at the end of the day. We didn't have sufficient testing up front. Nobody really did. And so we don't know. The peak could have been, they estimate 10 times as many people had this in the United States of America than we know about. That's 26 million people. I think I had it too. I still want to go get antibody tested, but they estimate that 26 million Americans have had this. If we just now have the right testing capabilities and we're seeing 40 to 50,000 a day, right? Mm-hmm. What was the peak back in February, January? Much, much higher to get 26 million people infected. Right. So this may not even be that bad compared to what it was. This may not even be a blip on the radar compared to what it was back in February or March in reality. Right. But we'll never know because we didn't have testing back then.
And that's the problem. No one really cares what it was back then. They're just looking at the data now. And I think you and I have had this point. We've talked about this on text over pretty much till we're blue in the face. The data that we're getting, you have to go and dig to find that data.
You do.
Because I'm seeing, we're seeing number of cases. That's number of cases total. we're not seeing people who have gotten better, people who have gotten, have gone in the hospital, people that are on ICU or in ICU, people who have gotten out of ICU, off the ventilator, all that fun stuff. But somebody please give us some actual data to say this is going up, this is going down, this is, I don't know. I mean,
exactly.
The problem is the CDC doesn't want to say they don't know, but really looking at the tests, they don't know.
Yeah. There was an interesting Facebook conversation going back and forth among some people that I used to be in industrial engineering with at Disney. And they were all complaining about the same thing we've been talking about, that we wish we could just get a data set.
Yep.
Right.
By the way, Chrissy, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
That swine flu, it's something they've identified that potentially could be a pandemic if it ever jumped to humans, but it hasn't been proven to jump to humans yet. So
well, if anyone knows what can happen,
let's put that one on the shelf with murder hornets for now.
Chrissy works for 4-H, so she knows about pigs.
I'm sure. So I think the thing about masks is, like I was saying with that conversation, is we wish that there was a data set. Just give me the data. I'll go analyze it. Give me just raw data. We'll go analyze it. And I think there needs to be a groundswell of some pretty smart people that need to just go get the data and tell us what the true story is. Like 538 popped up. I don't know if you know 538, the whole polling, like probability website for elections and stuff. They came around because they got polling data and they were trying to predict the presidential election. It's time for somebody to do that now with this and get raw data and go from there. But here's the thing about masks, and I'll get off my soapbox with this, is IMHE has had a model out there for a while with projections that has been questionable at best. It overshot. I mean, that was one of the ones that were saying 600,000 people in April were going to die.
Right.
Didn't even get anywhere near that. Thank God. We should be celebrating some of this stuff, right? It's still bad overall, but compared to when we said 2 million people were going to die, not a problem, right? So the what they're projecting for the country is between now and October the 1st, have 175,000 total deaths as of October the 1st. So about 40,000-ish more people, right?
Yeah.
For the state of Florida, between now and then, we could save 6,000 people in just the state of Florida alone, based on their projections, if everybody wore masks. Really? So if you don't want to wear a mask, if you think you're too macho to do it, or you think you're weak, or that it shows that you don't have faith in God, or whatever your reason is for not wearing a mask, think about this. Go forward in time and get a list of the last 6,000 people to die from this between now and October the 1st. Let's go forward in time. I want you to write a letter to every one of those 6,000 people's family and explain to them why you didn't think it was right to wear a mask. Because those are the people that need it, just like Dave's picture right there. Those are the people that you need to go tell, not me on Facebook, not anybody else, but between now and then, if 13,000 people died, the last 6,000, those are the people you need to explain to why you couldn't take the time to put on a mask when you went to the grocery store. Yeah, because they would have been saved if you would have worn a mask, if those projections are true.
Now, we don't know if they would be saved, but there's a higher probability that they would be saved.
Well, yeah, I mean, based off the projections, if everybody wears a mask, it would save 6,000 lives in the state of Florida alone. Those are the people that you need to go explain why you wouldn't wear a mask.
Yeah.
So.
And on a side note and a happier note, Chrissy says she had a lady bring her a potato today and wanted to know why it tasted like hay. Chrissy, I have to know. Type it in the comments. We'll talk about it here in a minute. But did you have an answer for her? And what was said answer? I would like to know. So this is a conversation we had while we were at the beach. We're buying a half cow from a friend of Amanda's.
What's and we didn't know half dog.
Well, someone else is buying.
Is it like a Minotaur?
Yes, it is. But so we didn't know what kind of cow it was. Amanda pulled up a picture of this guy's farm, and Christy said, "Oh, that's a Hereford." Or she said that was what was it? It was really good beef. Oh crap! What's the name of the cow, Chrissy? You'll have to tell me in the. Oh wow, she actually knew the answer. Potato tubers. Okay, great. Angus. We're getting a half an Angus beef, black Angus. See there. She told me immediately, and ends up she actually knows this guy that we're getting the cow from.
I agree with what my dad said. The question should be is, how does she know what hay tastes like?
Kevin said someone asked her a while back if they can grow earthworms.
Sure, I mean, just buy a bag of earthworm seeds and just go to town.
Just let it rain, because earthworms always show up when it rains.
Grab a hooey stick and stick it in the ground.
A hooey stick?
A hooey stick.
What's a hooey stick?
You've never seen a hooey stick?
No.
I'll have to bust mine out next week. It's a long stick that's got notches cut in it, and then you take another stick and you cut all the bark off of it and smooth it out, and you rub the stick over one end, and it makes a propeller spin, and you can make it go both ways. But where that originated was if you stick that in the ground and you rub those ridges with another piece of wood, it'll actually make earthworms come up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Chrissy is yelling at her husband.
Isn't that fun?
That is fun. Kevin, I can't put what you said something, and then your dad, Adam, get a hold of your father.
I can't. He's my dad. It's powdered butt syndrome. Once your parents have powdered your butt, they're your parents, and you can't control them. All
right. Before we get into the beach talk, I think this is a great time to transition with a question.
We're going the exact opposite order of what we talked in the pre-show, by the way.
We are. I'm sorry.
No, we're riffing. I love it.
We're doing this on the fly, or as Chris. Or no, it's what's the guy's name? Fox News. We'll do it live.
O'Reilly. That's it.
All right, Bill O'Reilly. Yep. All right. So it is now time for Virgil asking a question.
Yeah, let me cue it up. Hang on. Where's the sound on it?
I don't know.
Hang on, I'm working on it.
I don't know. I mean, we can just read it, because when you do
here we go.
Question. We have all been amazed with the SpaceX program and the Starlink satellite night sky show. I especially like the landing of the Stage 1 rockets. Absolutely amazing. But my question is, what happens to the second stage? Thanks, guy. Look forward to the next podcast. Bye.
So let's be honest. We're not all enjoying SpaceX, because some of our company are losing to SpaceX. I'm enjoying.
You know what? I have to say, Dave, SpaceX just does it right. When you try to make a reservation over at Boeing, their IT department just fails. And I think that SpaceX by far is just making Boeing look silly out in the marketplace. And I think that the customers of Boeing are much more satisfied than those of SpaceX. And I think they're just doing a much better job. And I don't know why I think as soon as Boeing creates a new venture that people would buy into that's something similar to SpaceX, I think it's going to blow the pants off of anything. For those of you that don't know, Dave's on another podcast where Disney and Universal are compared quite often, so I'm giving him a taste of his own medicine.
But let's be honest, I'm the one that goes to bat for Disney IT on top of the world.
It's true.
So you cannot get mad at me.
Oh, I'm not mad at you. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy being able to say that out loud, because I know eventually it'll make its way back to other ears.
And let's just be honest too. That wasn't me that went random. That was Adam. That just went random.
Which was the randomness?
You were going off on a tangent about top of the world. We were supposed to be answering your dad's
No, that
question.
was before that. That was before the question. That was randomness before that.
I know.
So that was all you.
Fine.
So anyway, the second stage.
Yes. So the second stage, it goes in orbit. Now, right now it's going in orbit. They are now talking about finding a way to harness the second stages. And Kevin, I hate you. They're finding a way to harness those stages and bring them back down to reuse them.
Hey, Kevin, insert comment about Boeing's procurement agents here.
I need to know what your dad was getting at, because I found two answers. One, that they're in orbit around the Earth right now, but two, that they are going to try to bring those back out of orbit and reuse them for Mars flights.
That'd be great if they could get stage 2 back for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever be able to land it, but it would be great if they could do that.
Yeah, but it's cool, and I got to say, even though they are a subpar company to Boeing, which, by the way, Boeing did have some successful tests of the 737 MAX, so Boeing stock is going great now. Thank goodness. The MAX attack is back, Jack.
It's always good to test a product after you've launched it. That's always good.
Hey. That seems to work for Disney, doesn't it?
I kind of threw you a softball there, didn't I?
You really did.
Yeah.
So I think what SpaceX has done, getting America back in the launching of astronauts back into space game, is cool. I wish that that CCT Cap Boeing was. I wish they were the first ones to do it, but I am glad that an American company is launching astronauts back into space.
Well, you never know how this is going to go, man. You may be glad that you weren't first. I mean, it's like they haven't gone through a whole mission yet. So it is funny to me, the difference in the SpaceX Dragon capsule and Boeing's, what is it, the Starliner?
Yep, Starliner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It isn't one. Boeing's looks just like a fighter jet, and SpaceX looks like Apple designed it. It is so, their personalities just shine. Yeah. And the designs, it's amazing to see the difference.
So your dad said they've been setting a date in the future to crash them into an area of the Indian Ocean. They even sent out warnings when it is planned.
Interesting.
So it sounds like something they did back with Apollo and Mercury and all that, just crashing it into the ocean.
Yeah.
Once again, harkening back to the days of the original capsules and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So. All right, so now we can go into the beach.
Before we go to the beach really quick, I have to say, I'm bringing this up because Mike's listening. He was privy to this conversation I had on Facebook the other day, that there are people in our circles that we run in that hold to the flat earth theory. And I watched a SpaceX rocket go up today from our backyard. And I thought it was really funny that I like to have an opposable mind about things where I may not fully believe or subscribe to other people's viewpoints, but I try to watch something and think, if I subscribe to your worldview, what am I looking at? And I sat there looking at that rocket launch today thinking, in these people's mindset, SpaceX just burned millions of dollars worth of liquid oxygen to shoot something up in the sky to perpetuate a farce that space travel is possible. I mean, literally all of that was just a show, if you subscribe to that theory. And it's relevant because it happened today, but it just fascinates me. It's fascinating. The different opinions people can have. It takes all kinds of people to make a world, doesn't it?
Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, even if they're wrong.
It's true.
So anyway,
the beach, please.
Behind me, you see Orange Beach.
Looks white to me.
Orange Beach. Why they call it orange, I will never know. I still don't know how my directions on these things. Orange Beach.
We stayed at Orange Beach a while back with Blair's parents. It's a really nice place.
It is a nice place. It's very close to Perdido Key, right there near the Floribama. It's right there on Gulf Shores Parkway. It's really a nice little area. It's the first time I actually stayed in Orange Beach. Nice. We usually stay in another location near that area. I'm not going to say the name because you have your special place. I will have my special place.
There you go.
I love how you tried to call me out. But here you go. Kevin says why it's Orange Beach. They used to grow oranges down there.
Huh.
The more you know. Anyway, so it was a fun beach trip. Went down there, stayed at a condo owned by the family of Kevin and Chrissy Robertson, and it's Robertson, no T, Robertson. Went down there on Father's Day, got to go hang out with some friends, and the wives really treated us husbands and fathers to a really good day down at the beach. On Monday, we tried to do a dolphin cruise, but it was raining cats and dogs, so we could not do a dolphin cruise.
Do dolphins not like cats and dogs?
Well, we don't like to go out when it's raining.
Oh, okay.
So the girls went to the beach after it rained a little bit. Kevin and I stayed back, took naps, watched TV,
Did dad things.
did dad things.
Did old man things, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Great relaxing vacation type trip. On Tuesday, we woke up, just palled around the house for a little bit. Then decided to go do some deep sea fishing. I was all excited because it was a big boat. There was about 60 people on the boat.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. It was a big boat. What's up, Joe Pat? Old manager from AT&T just joined to say hi. So I get out there. I've deep sea fished before, but I was on a tiny, tiny little boat. About the third hour, I got just green sick, about as green as that water right there. And I was throwing up. So I took 2 Dramamine. Kevin took 2 Dramamine. We were ready. We were good to go. About 5 minutes into the trip, it got pretty choppy. Kevin's barfing the whole time. He goes into the deck. He's laying down. He doesn't even fish because the whole 4 hours he's sitting there trying to keep his lunch down. And Kevin had already taken 2 Dramamine. Keep that in mind. And they already told you, don't go inside the cabin, because when you go inside the cabin, it's even worse.
Were you wearing a mask or at least a gaiter?
I wanted to, but remember what Taylor said. Masks, when they get wet, don't do anything.
You're not swimming.
Well, we got pretty wet because
the spray.
Yeah, a lot of spray, a lot of everything. Yeah. Kevin said, we don't have Papa T money to get a little boat. You are correct, K-Rob. Yeah, he said, so he was the first one to go in to puke. And then there's this other guy who I think put Kevin to shame in upchucking.
Wow.
Like, you would hear Kevin, and then you'd hear this throughout the whole boat. I caught a red snapper, but it was about 16 inches. Yeah, it was about that size. Yeah. You have to have it about 2 feet long to keep. And it was right. Chrissy, I thought the second dude was literally dying. It has to be a legit size to keep it. And yes, Chrissy, you caught a red snapper too. So I had a bet.
Did she get to keep hers?
No, hers was small too. I had a bet with a Ohio State fan. You know, I was wearing a Bama cap and he was wearing an Ohio State cap. And he said, all right, first one to catch a fish buys the beer, or the loser buys a beer when we get back to the dock. I reeled mine up, and it's this little one. He says, that doesn't count. And he's the next one to reel one up, and his was shorter than mine.
Nice.
Chris, he says that guy sucked. Yeah, he did. But it was a fun trip. We didn't catch anything. We didn't get to bring any fish home. We were hoping to catch dinner and do a fish fry at the end, because fried red snapper is really good.
Yeah.
But alas, we had to order Domino's on the way back. Although Chrissy did introduce me to a pizza that I have gotten once since we've been back. It is thin crust, and instead of the marinara sauce, you do the Alfredo sauce.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And then chicken, and I put bacon on it.
Oh,
so it was like a chicken Alfredo pizza.
The only thing missing from that would be pineapple.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yes. That Marco's over here has one that we get thin crust white sauce, chicken, bacon, and pineapple.
That sounds really good.
It is good.
I need to grab some of that. Okay, I'll try that next time.
There you go.
Okay, so that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I don't know if we did much of anything. It was fun. We just palled around the house. It was just a good, relaxing trip. Wednesday was the day we did the dolphin cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So we get up there and we do it's just this little pontoon boat, and a bunch of dolphins swim by, and it was cool. The same 3 dolphins swim by. It was a nursing pack. It was a nurse dolphin, a mama dolphin, and a young dolphin. So of course, Ellie and Harper was just loving that. Kevin said, "Babe, order me that. I'll pick it up on the way home."
See? Starting a revolution in pineapple pizza, man.
Viva la revolution!
Viva la pineapple!
Viva la pineapple! And yes, pineapples do go on pizza.
They do.
I am all for that. So the Dolphin cruise was great. It was actually Harper's first time on a boat. So
Like first time ever
on
That's
a boat.
cool.
She had a great time. It was fun. I thought it was going to be kind of stupid. Although there was a little bathroom on the little pontoon boat, and I had to go pee. And as soon as I get in there, the guy says, "Don't flush toilet paper down." It's like, I'm not doing that. Why you got to call me out? There was women going in this bathroom before I did. Why do you got to call me out on this?
What are you supposed to do with it, though?
There's a little bucket right next to it, and you're supposed to right.
He kept repeating it.
And then I couldn't figure out how to flush the toilet. So I'm like, "Hey, dude, how do you flush this thing?" He said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll flush it in a minute."
Wow.
Yeah, it was that kind of thing. Yes, Harper did have.
She was on a boat.
I'm on a boat, mother. Okay, wait. But so Wednesday we then went and ate at Wolf's Bay. We were the only ones in there, so that it was good food. Good. They had a really good bourbon drink. It was like a Sex on the Beach, but with bourbon. It was so good. And they had something like shrimp. It was called shrimp nachos, but instead of nachos, it was pita, like pita chips. But it was actually real pita. They had like flash fried.
That's cool.
Oh, dude, it was so good. They had this great shrimp sauce on it.
Nice.
That was good. And then Thursday, Chrissy and Ellie and Amanda all decide that they're going to go to the beach. And I said, "Okay, I'll drop you off at the beach. I'll drop you off, and then I'll come back and I'll take a nap." Well, first off, we went to Paula Deen's. And this is my second time to go to Paula Deen's, but I did it for lunch.
Yeah.
And I thought I was eating responsibly, but I still had to be rolled out of that restaurant.
I bet, man.
I mean, whoo. What was it, Jerry Clower you saw us do? Yeah. I mean, I had to. Kevin's daughter wore stretchy pants, and both Amanda and I said, "Yeah, that was a good idea." So we get back, and the girls wanted to go to the beach. Kevin and I wanted to take a nap. I said, "All right, I'll drive you up to the beach. I'll pull into this little drop-off spot.
Yep.
And then I'll pull out and I'll go to the beach and I'll go home, take a nap, and y'all call me when you're ready."
There seemed to be a lot of that, taking a nap stuff.
Oh, well, dude, it's vacation. What do you expect? Well,
I usually end up on the beach, but
needless to say,
I know you don't like it.
I don't like sand.
Yeah.
And for those that have seen the Unrelated at Birth Twitter and Facebook group, look at Thursday of last week. And I'll say it again for those in the back. I don't like sand. And here's a perfect picture of why. My truck got stuck in said sand. I thought, okay, this is a big truck. It's a heavy-duty truck. I can power my way out of it. Not so much.
No.
I called and I put in the little, roadside assistance from State Farm. I'm still waiting on a call from them. So
wow.
So luckily, some people that got stuck there the year before said that they had a truck and they can help me. Well, their truck, they did. They put a tow rope and they put a little fishing rope. Both of those snapped.
A fishing rope?
Well, it was a rope, one of those knotted ropes that you use for fishing. Yeah. Both of those snapped. So a guy and that was another Ford. And then a guy from Mississippi pulled up. It was like a Chevy Silverado, heavy duty, whatever. I mean, it was a big Chevy. Comes in here and says, you guys don't want me, the Chevy, to pull you out, do you? I said, actually, yeah, I don't care. Just pull me out. He comes in there with a tow rope that's like 2 feet across, heavy duty knotted, pulls me up in like 2 seconds. So I'm sitting on the beach, drenching sweat because I already am low on gas. So I'm like, okay, I can't just leave my car idling here. I walked back and forth to the condo 2 or 3 times just to go. To do something. I had to walk to get water.
You're at the beach. You're at the beach.
I was hot. I don't like the beach. I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's rough. And
the lesson you should walk away from in this situation is whenever you're going to be within 20 yards of the beach,
don't go.
Wear your swim trunks just in case, because you could have gone out in the ocean and had a blast, and then they pull you out, you go back to the condo. Instead, you're hoofing it back and forth to pass the time.
I wouldn't have had fun. I would have been, you know how I get. You know how I get, and I don't relax. And I get so uptight, and my butthole gets about that tight because you can't, I'm so nervous.
See, even Kevin says that. You could have come to the beach with us. See? That's what I'm telling you. But it's funny, Chrissy says that she agrees you're crazy and that you drove where you shouldn't have. And I brought that up when I looked at the picture. I'm like, did you actually drive on the beach? It's not Daytona.
I wanted to try to do it.
I have a truck. Just say it. Please just say it. Tell me that's the truth. Come on. You have a truck. You have a truck and you wanted to go down and do the things that truck people do.
I do. So Chrissy and Aiden all have the same opinion of me now.
What's that?
There you go. You're frozen, but I'm sure you're reading that. He's frozen again, guys. Why are we frozen at the middle of our recording? Good grief. So we're vamping. Let me try to get.
So
okay.
So what do you mean you can't have your phone in the water?
She thinks that I'm very addicted to my phone.
She thinks? That's not an opinion.
It is. I am the social media manager for Unrelated Birth and Top of the World. I have to stay on top of our social medias. And no, Chrissy, that is not why I don't go to the beach. I don't go to the beach because I don't like sand. It's coarse and it's rough.
And it gets all in your disc brakes and the wheel rims. And
I wish you could see my child's car seat right now.
Oh, I bet.
I think half of Orange Beach is in Harper's car seat.
It happens.
Yes, it does happen. It happens. And then that night, we thought, okay, we wanted Mexican, but it was a long line. So I thought, okay, we'll just Uber Eats the Mexican restaurant and it'll come up to us. It said it would get there about 8:30. So I was on the Adam Russell plan of eating at like bedtime.
I don't eat at bedtime. I just don't eat at 4:00, old man.
I eat at dinner time. So I order from, it was the app called Waiter. We don't have Waiter in Huntsville. That's right. Chrissy says, don't forget about the bat. Tuesday morning, we woke up and I'm sitting there kind of half asleep, hadn't had my full cup of coffee yet. And I look up in the ceiling and there's this black spot. I'm like, Kevin, Chrissy, was that there last night? They say, no. Amanda walks out, rubs her eyes, and looks up, says, that's a baby bat. There was a bat in the condo.
Wow. It's a good thing you had an animal expert there with you.
Well, yes, but she had to call people who knew people.
Oh, well, for a bat, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I had some previous experience with catching bats at our old house.
Mm-hmm.
And so Kevin and I, well, first off, Chrissy's friend said, all right, look up in the attic, make sure there's no bats up there just roosting in the attic. Amanda didn't want to do it. Kevin and I were too big to get up on the ladder because there was a 215-pound weight limit to get on the attic steps. We looked at Kevin and Chrissy's daughter and said, hey, Maggie, you're up. And she said, wait, what? So we handed her Amanda's flashlight from her phone and said, go on up to that attic and see what's going on. She actually did it. She went up there, and there were nothing up there. So we were going to lunch or something, and we said, well, we don't want the bats to start flying. So what we're going to do is we'll turn all the lights on in the condo and make it seem like it's daytime. And we come back and it's still sitting there. And both Chrissy and Amanda run to their rooms. And Kevin and I look at each other and say, what are we going to do? I go and grab the big fishing net that's in the garage. And Kevin says, all right, what's the plan? I said, bat, net, outside. He said, okay, how are you going to do that? I said, just follow me. So I grabbed, and luckily this was a baby bat, so he didn't really know what was going on. I grabbed the daggum thing in the net, and I'm start running towards the door that he didn't expect. Like, Kevin, open the door! Open the door! By this time, the bat's starting to wake up. So I'm moving the net like this, trying to keep him in the net.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I get outside and dump the bat out, and the bat was safe. So once again, I saved my old house and the condo from bats.
Wow.
So you could just call me Bat Dad.
Bat Dad, yeah. The Joker should call you to help him with his bat problem.
Exactly. Chrissy says I had no plan. You're wrong, Chrissy. I had a plan. Kevin just didn't know what was going on.
We winged it. That's what Kevin says, yeah.
But I can't make that. Yeah. Anyway, so that was the beach trip, and then the Chinese the Mexican food. We ordered it about 7:30. It didn't get to the condo, which was a block away, until 9:30.
Wow.
Yeah. So waiter app, I never will use you again. Unfortunately,
shame, dude. Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I had to pre-tip the driver.
Oh man.
I know. I should have asked him, hey, some of that $10 I gave you, can you refund me?
Yeah, exactly.
About $9.95 of that.
Wow.
So that was my beach trip in a nutshell.
Nice.
How did I get into this nutshell? Oh, come on. That was Austin Powers.
Oh, no.
This is me in a nutshell. How did I get into this nutshell? Come on, man.
No, not a fan.
One of the funniest movies of all time.
No.
Really? Top 10. Easily
top
10.
No.
Top 10 comedies. Easily.
We're gonna save that one for another episode, man, because no.
Yes.
No.
But you know what is not debatable? And it comes out this week.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm actually off on Friday.
Oh, I am too. And we're going to the lake in Gunnersville, but I'm going to wake up I'm not going to go to sleep. 11 o'clock p.m. I am going to turn on Disney Plus, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
I am not going to get any sleep.
I am not going to get any sleep. You know, I'm just like myself when I was in college. I'm not going to get any sleep. So that is it, guys. Hamilton.
Hey, Blair's here. Wait.
Blair? How are you?
Joined us, finally.
Blair, just walk into the room. You don't have to type. You can just walk into Adam's room. Come on.
Oh,
so your dad says, ask Kathy about Lake Gunnersville. Adam, what's the story about Lake Gunnersville? I believe
Lake Gunnersville was don't get out of the boat. I think that was it.
Oh.
So Dad, let me know in the comments. I think that was don't get out of the boat, right?
Yeah.
So
Chrissy says, tell Adam about the story about Facebook. Chrissy was just texting me and said, hey, I was stalking Adam on Facebook, and I asked Kevin, does Adam have a twin? She found Blair's Facebook profile and saw your picture on Blair. So
we went to Lake Gunnersville one year, and I think I don't remember no lights. I'm not remembering the story he wants me to tell. This is completely anticlimactic. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, hey, maybe
put the story in the comments, or that could be the Virgil. Maybe Virgil tells a story next time.
Virgil tells a story. That's it. That's it. Youth groups there. Kathy and I had only flashlights. We were so popular.
Oh yeah, yeah. That
was Mike there too?
I don't know if Mike was there or not. I do remember the power going out now. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, but anyway, are you going to be dressing up in period pieces to watch Hamilton? Because that would be cool.
No, I'll be dressing up in pajama pieces if I'm up that early.
Will you be singing along?
Probably so.
Yes.
Yeah, we've already got our plan of which sections we have to skip or do something with for the kids. But they already like self-censor most of the songs because they listen to it a lot in the car. And so a lot of the words Blair goes or something like that over. So the kids do that now too.
Yes.
So yeah.
Blair's saying yes, we will. Is she saying yes, we will dress up in period pieces?
Yes, we will sing along.
Okay.
Aiden does have an Alexander Hamilton costume though, if it still fits him.
Oh yeah, you're just gonna be at home.
Sure.
Just let him run around. Kevin says he's never seen it. Kevin, if you need a Disney Plus password, holla at your boy because
neither has Dave, Kevin.
Now hold up, I've never seen it in person.
You've seen it though?
Oh, I've watched YouTube, dude. Come on.
Oh, YouTube doesn't count. Somebody sitting up in the stands with a phone or whatever it was doesn't count.
I know. Well, okay, Chrissy, we know if Kevin hasn't seen it, we know you haven't seen it either.
Yeah. Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Be nice. She's a new fan. She's rated us already.
And she's actually agreed with me a heck of a lot. So I think I should, be nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I like this. You and Chrissy should not be agreeing. You, Chrissy, or Kevin. Although Mike has started agreeing with me more than you. So
that's okay.
I mean, your high school friends agreeing with me. My high school friends agreeing with you. This is kind of...
We've diverged in our own
I know. I know, right? We've melded into one person, as always. But I am extremely excited about Hamilton coming out on the 3rd.
Yeah.
I think that this is what Disney Plus needs. We've already gotten pushback on Mulan back in the theaters.
Yep.
Y'all just put it on Disney Plus. The only thing that Chrissy, the only thing that the Disney Plus needs to do now, in my book, is home improvement.
Oh my gosh, dude!
It is an ABC entity.
It used to be on Hulu.
It's not anymore.
Really?
Well,
maybe it's not because they want to pull it over, but that needs to be one of the ones for sure. I would binge watch the heck out of that.
I would too. All right.
Yep.
So, y'all, we have a lot of new listeners, a lot of new followers. Adam, let's end the show. We haven't told the story about the unrelated brothers, how they met in a long time.
It's true.
So why don't you tell it, man?
We met at the University of Alabama.
Roll tight.
Your freshman, my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who was the mutual connection.
Clarence.
Was it Clarence? Yeah, I was going to say it was either Clarence or Willie. So I lived in Patey Hall in the engineering dorm, or the engineering floor of Patey Hall. Mm-hmm. And Clarence was in the band with you.
Yep. And well, technically it was Willie, because Willie was up there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so through Clarence / Willie / anyone else, that just happened to be mutual connection. Susie. Yeah, we met.
Yeah.
And ran together for a good bit in college, line dancing and bowling. And where was it? What was the name of the place we used to bowl? Was it Leland Lanes? I was thinking about that place the other day, man.
Yeah. It shut down the other day, or a couple weeks ago.
Did it really?
Right before COVID, actually.
Yeah. But yeah, we hung out a lot together and had a brief respite after college, just I moved and life started, and then we caught back up after a while and started doing this show.
Yep. For what was it, 10 years, Adam refused to talk to me even when I started sending him Facebook messages.
Well, I don't reply to a lot of text and Facebook messages now. That's just me now.
Oh, I know. So there just, what was it, last week? I sent you like 6 or 7 like good topics to talk about. The next morning you woke up and said, holy crap, let me catch up.
Yeah, there's some nights where I just zonk out with the kids and Dave's like in full blast mode. Sometimes I'm like, oh, hang on. Okay, well, let me get my coffee and then I'll reply back,
So at least I'm not like you. I send my full thoughts in one blurb, in one text message.
One sentence is 3 texts, man.
God, you will send, like, I will be on a meeting or something and can't look at my phone. And I know Adam's texting me. And I'll go down and I'll look and I have like 15 messages and it's all on one thought. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you having a self-conversation?
Well, it's mostly if I'm going on a soapbox, then it's like one word. Like I'll separate a sentence. Every word will be its own text, But yeah, that's me.
So Chrissy has this is a very good compliment coming from Chrissy. We have kept her attention for over an hour and she is right. That is extremely hard for her.
That, Chrissy, that would make a great 5-star review on the Apple Podcast app, just on iTunes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They kept my attention for a full hour and that's hard to do. So
I am ADD to the max and I go, ooh, squirrel. And these guys kept my attention even though they talked about nothing.
We got Kevin over here with 2 roads diverged in the woods, man. He's quoting poetry. What a night, man.
This is great. I love, look, these are our core fans, our core people. This is what we do, why we do what we do.
Yep.
I mean, Adam and I would be talking like this anyway.
It's true.
But we do this just because it's fun for us, but just to see you guys enjoying it as much as you. Yes, Kevin, you've given us 5 stars, but write something. It helps when you write something too. Thank you. But anyway, so if you haven't yet, please give us 5 stars in the Apple Podcast, the Facebook, just our Facebook feed. Share it, like it, send it to some friends. I know we've got some comments there. People have given us comments on that and recommendations. Do that as well, please. The more we see people, the more people see us, the more people can come in and enjoy us like you guys do. We really, really do appreciate it. Chrissy says, Dave, you talked more tonight than I heard you all week. I can't believe someone spent a week with me and said I didn't talk a lot.
Yeah, I can't believe that either.
Now, I will say this. Chrissy and Kevin saw me in full dad mode, not full Dave mode. So, Dad,
you guys need to come down for a Halloween Horror Nights weekend if you want to see full Dave mode.
Yes,
he is literally like the mayor of every queue we're in at Universal, talking to people, and yeah,
Chrissy. Now we do have people saying that Adam's great, Dave's just okay. But yes, I am that guy. Like I'll talk to a post.
It's true.
I've
seen him do that before.
Well, you do, because I'm going through Halloween Horror Nights. I'll know where a character is. Mm-hmm. Okay, squirrel moment. So the girls were outside on the balcony of the condo, and all of a sudden Harper runs in and says, Daddy, I got potty. I said, okay, well, go potty. I got a diaper. I said, okay, change your diaper and go potty. She runs in and then runs in the bathroom, hopping. I said, Daddy, it's on my foot.
Mm.
She had a poop diaper.
Yeah, I guess that.
And she stepped on said diaper. And I don't have a very strong stomach for that kind of smell. I might have gagged for about 40 minutes straight.
So you made it 4 hours on a boat rocking in the ocean, but you couldn't stand a poo foot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. Nice.
Pretty much. Oh, and by the way, speaking of horror nights, I have ordered a new Magical Candle Company smell that will be in tomorrow.
What is it?
Called Horror Nights.
Is it? Yeah.
So it is the Halloween Horror Nights smell.
It's that fog smell or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that will be, and we might have Horror Nights this year. We might actually have it. They're advertising 4 characters.
Yeah. For internal applications.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's interesting though, because it was internal applications for haunted house attendance. That makes me wonder how many of the scares are going to be people versus like 55-inch displays in the wall and stuff like that.
I hope it's not screens, because that was the underwater thing.
It was. You're right.
And that house was just boring.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm okay. I mean, I need some kind of Halloween Horror Nights, but
it's a once in a lifetime thing, dude. Once this pandemic is over, they will never do it that way again. So just to say you were there, you know.
Yeah, but this is 30. This is HHN 30. This is supposed to be the big one.
Call it 29.5 then. if that's what they end up doing.
I mean, I don't want to give my opinion on if you should wear a mask or not, because that's what I got killed on Top of the World.
Hey, can I say really quick before we close? Let's close it out with this. To go back with masks, somebody on my Facebook feed just posted that in Alabama, 1 out of every 9 people over the age of 65 that got it died. If that's not enough to wear a mask.
Yep.
And I know you might be out with your buddies at the bar and there aren't any 65-year-old people there, but it's not that person. It's the next person down the line and then their grandmother.
Right.
If that's not a reason enough.
Just do it. Just be like Nike.
I didn't mean to end on a down point, but I just thought that was an interesting stat.
We don't end on a down point of this show. We give out our socials. We give out our phone number.
That's right.
What is our phone number, Mr. Russell?
650 UAB show. Dial it up on your phone. Spell it out on your keypad. You'll hear a quick message and then a beep. Leave us a message after that beep, just like my dad does every week with his question. And you can do it again. I know you want to one more time. You're going to, so just go ahead and do it. Yeah, you are. Yeah,
no.
You are. Okay.
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So leave us a message. We'll play it during the show. And see, I knew it was coming. That was a boop, not a beep. Yeah, I got it. So we'll leave a message. We'll play it on the show. We'll discuss it. You will be part of the madness. So 650 UAB show.
650 UAB show. Okay. And if you want to get us on the socials, you'll see them below here. Where's our ticker, Adam?
Oh my gosh. Did I forget the ticker again?
Where's our ticker? All right.
Hey, you can add it too.
I know. I don't
There's
know how
the
to do
ticker.
that yet. Okay. On Facebook and Instagram, we are at Unrelated at Birth, and on Twitter, we are at Not Related Bros. As you see on the ticker here, support us at patreon.com/Unrelated at Birth. You can also go to our website, www.unrelatedatbirth.com. I am at DAdams419 on both Twitter and Instagram. He is at Runtide Run on both Twitter and Instagram. And this is a piece of turf from Legion Field from the 315.
I would just hand over holding up random stuff.
Yeah.
What else do I have?
I don't know, but I can do you one better. You ready?
Yeah, do it.
Hank Aaron signed baseball.
Wow.
That's my baseball.
Gold-plated Disneyland carousel with Swarovski crystals.
Swarovski elephant.
Hang on. 15-year castle from Disney World.
Slap bracelet magic band that they don't sell anymore.
Jefferson Cup from when I graduated college from Bob James when he was governor of Alabama.
Okay. Chrissy, did Adam run track at Alabama? Ha! Ha!
No, I ran half marathons after, but I did not run track at Alabama. Why do you ask?
I don't know.
Interesting.
She's probably stalking some more. Darth Vader magic band.
I have that one. Yeah.
BB-8 magic band.
Coffee mug. Fountain pen. Which if you don't write with a fountain pen, you should.
Yeah. Amanda's Castle magic band.
Oh my gosh, how many magic bands do you have?
Amanda's Mini with Bows Magic Band. Ellie's Bell Magic Band.
Oh, she's asking because of this has got to be fascinating for podcast land. But she asked because of my Twitter handle. So my Twitter handle being Run Tide Run is because I ran half marathons and marathons for a while and have since retired from that life for the most part for now until I can get back into it. But it was running half marathons and things like that. And Kevin says that George Wallace was governor of Alabama when Dave graduated. So
can we not talk about George Wallace at this time and age of history?
I think he's using it as a time reference. Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Yeah.
Kevin, you're older than I am. There you go. Anyway.
Alabama wasn't a state yet.
Yeah, exactly. When Adam graduated, Alexander Hamilton was still around. All right, guys. Well, that's the show. Look, this has just been randomness, but I think it's fun. We've gotten back into our randomness, our fun podcast. There was a couple of pretty rough topics we had to talk about a lot. And there's going to be those, but then there's going to be these fun, just nothingness podcasts where we just have a good time. Susie,
I didn't think you talking about the beach was that rough.
No, it wasn't. Well, Kevin throwing up was pretty rough. Susie, hey now, Adam and I aren't that old.
It's true.
That is true. Iron Sheik.
And speaking of Susie, before I forget, I found this, and I think Susie is the one that gave it to me. And Susie, you're gonna have to tell me or not. It is a Russian 3-something bill that's laminated. I use it as a bookmark. You can see the hammer and sickle on the back.
The machine.
And I think Susie gave it to me because she took Russian in college. But let me know, Susie. I can't remember if that's you or not.
If I say the machine, do you know what that means when we talk about Russian?
El Machino?
Bert Kreischer.
Bert Crasher?
Kreischer. He's a comedian.
No.
Don't let your kids watch it, but it's hilarious on Netflix.
Is it?
Anyway,
okay.
Yep. All right, guys. That's the show. That's the fun for the night. We love you guys. I said this earlier, but Ab and I would be doing this. We would just be talking like this on the phone. But the fact that you guys spend an hour and 20 minutes sitting here and talking to us, hanging out with us every night, it's fun. So we appreciate it. We know this sounds corny, but we do love each and every one of you for sitting here talking with us. We would be doing this anyway. Hey, next week, my top of the world co-host, Terry Weaver, who is a very, very, very good man in the podcast world. He is an entrepreneur. He helps people get their entrepreneurship off the ground. He has another podcast called Making Elephants Fly. He's going to be taking over Unrelated at Birth for our 50th episode, and we're flipping it around. He will be interviewing the golden voice of the South and the phenomenal brother. So it should be fun.
It's going to be exciting.
I have told him that we can't get into Disney day-to-day operations that much. I don't know if that will
given some of his given recent history, that's probably a good thing.
I have a feeling that might come up. But
sure. How do you impact day-to-day operations is a perfectly valid question. But I will be submitting a full list of all topics that I will and won't discuss well in advance. And also a rider of what type of sparkling water I demand in my green room.
I demand green M&Ms. Just
Only
green M&Ms. There cannot be any blue. There cannot be any orange. I'll have some red.
I can handle blue, but not orange.
Yeah. I agree. Agreed. All right, Adam. Take it home, sir.
Oh, wow. I feel special now. Thank you guys again for listening. Be kind to one another. Wear a mask. If you don't wear one, don't belittle the people that do. If you do wear one, don't belittle the people that don't. Be kind. That's why we say that first. But stay safe out there, guys. Thank you for giving us some of your time. You guys have a great week, and we will talk to you next week. And Jesus loves you, but not as much as we do. Almost forgot to say it. Bye, guys.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay. My, oh my, what a wonderful podcast. Plenty of sunshine.
I'm going to have to retheme this podcast if you keep singing Song of the South stuff.
Heading my way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
My dad is openly baiting you to sing in the comments, and you haven't even noticed. He's literally trying to like put a quarter in the human jukebox right now.
I know. Chrissy, I will not stop singing. You know what? She went a whole week without me breaking into song that much.
I don't buy that.
We were at a beach, and I didn't try to find a karaoke bar.
Did you sing Some Beach at all?
No, I didn't.
Who are you? I don't even know who you are. I thought it was weird enough that a dude who hates the beach and hadn't been fishing in 56 years was going to the beach to fish. But now you didn't even sing?
I don't think I did.
I don't even know who you are anymore.
Chrissy, did I sing? I don't remember if I did or not.
That's one way you could have gotten the bad out of there.
That's true.
They navigate with sound, you know?
Yeah.
Just hit him with the old Dave Adams pipes and he'd have been like, what the heck?
What is this angelic music coming out?
Actually, I think I'll stay a while.
Kevin says second best singer at Westminster.
Who's the first?
He claims that he himself was.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think episode 51 needs to be a dance or a sing-off.
I mean, I'm totally okay with that.
We're going to have Unrelated at Birth's Got Talent.
Okay. Oh, man. My Funko Pop connection said that he had 3 Splash Mountain 3-packs. Sold each one of them for $250 each.
Wow.
Dude, Chrissy, you have to say that. But Kevin is not a better singer than I am. I'm sorry. We're going to have to get Kevin on the show. And
this is the musical equivalent of somebody throwing down the gauntlet.
Oh, it is.
How dare you besmirch the good name of my musical abilities? I shall have you on and challenge you to a duel.
I mean, that's kind of the thing I'm good at.
Is it?
Well, talking, singing, playing PlayStation, being a dad.
So Flair just texted me and said at the end of the show, I said, Jesus loves you, but not as much as we do. I got it flipped.
All right, hold up. Record because you got to fix it.
Oh, it's all one recording. I'll do it at the end. I'll do it before we drop off. It's all one. I'm Dave's Aaron Burr.
I honestly, so I would say that you are close to that, K-Rob, but we're friends. I would say that Adam Bass was my Aaron Burr in high school, I mean.
Dueling tenors?
No, we were bassists. Dude, I'm a bass. Can you not hear this?
You usually go high when you sing, though. You try to.
Oh, I can. I've got.
I didn't say you can. I said you usually try.
I understand that, but I mean, I am a bass. I'm probably more of a baritone. Although Kevin and I, our senior year, did not have the best of musical teachers. My junior year, I'm going to just disregard that comment. My junior year, we had a great choir band director, but he left to go somewhere else. And
did he leave screaming?
No. In fact, I keep up with Mr. Heinbuch all the time.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a great guy. He taught me everything I know. So anyway, but there you go.
I think I'm going to have to get the Tiki Terras from the Magic Candle Company.
Oh yeah, you got to. All right, tell me this. I haven't been able to be welcomed home at my Riviera resort yet.
You haven't been able to be welcomed home at your Riviera resort?
Well, I'm a owner at Riviera.
Okay.
I'm asking this because DVC or the Magic Candle Company has a new smell called Riviera Resort or something like that.
Okay.
What does Riviera smell like?
I have never been in Riviera.
Yeah, you have. Oh no, it was Destino that you were in.
Yep.
Okay. I'll know in October because that's when my welcome home trip is.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to need you to at least walk into Riviera just to get a whiff and tell me what it smells like.
Pardon me while I get a whiff.
Say, excuse me, sir. Wafting. And they ask what you're doing. My guy, my boy needs to know what it smells like.
My boy needs a whiff.
My boy. My boy can't come down till October.
Oh, my goodness. I've got a friend back home in Alabama. He can't come down here till he gets a whiff. So I got to tell him what it smells like in here.
I got to tell you what that whiff smells like, and go from there.
You should make a candle called Dole Whiff, and it smells like Dole Whip.
They have one called Dole Whip,
but this is Dole Whiff. It's funnier.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, I found all of my collection. So I think we're going to have to start back with the what is the weekly smell? You can't smell
of your essential oils.
They're not essential oils. Christy said it's an hour past her bedtime. Good night. Confectionery. Whoa. This one won't work. But what is that? Something Christmas. Floridian Christmas.
So gingerbread, I assume.
Yeah. Beach resort.
Beach. Some beach
really? Somewhere. Chrissy. Oh, Karen. Amanda and her Karen sunscreen. Which didn't work, by the way. Amanda's essential oil sunscreen. She got a sunburn.
Uh-oh.
Walt's office. Oh, Walt's office label is green. Whoa, I have no head. Wilderness resort. Smells like the campgrounds and all that. Your dad's favorite smell.
Rome burning.
Yep. Well, this one's not going to work. Flying over the orange groves. And then this one won't work either, but Orleans.
Nice.
So, and then I've got Pirate Water. I've got another beach club coming. I've got Horror Nights, and let me see what the other smell is.
Does Pirate Water really come across like the brominated water inside the ride?
Yeah.
Does it come across?
Yeah, it does. It actually works really well.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Let me see if I can find the other one I've got, and then we'll close up because I know that everybody has to get to bed because we're all old farts. Your parents are still hanging in there. I'm actually kind of shocked.
Oh, they're night owls, dude.
That's true. I forgot about that. Did I just do 3 or did I do 4 this time? Where is my order? Oh, where is my order? Aha. Poison apple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So,
cool.
I think those are our 3 new smells. Your mom, we don't sleep.
That's true.
The party don't stop till 6 in the morning. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate y'all for hanging out with us. This is awesome. You order essential oils. So, Chrissy, those aren't essential oils. Those are actually Disney smells. It's a company called Magic Candle Company, and they have figured out a way to make they're processed oils. They're chemical. But they figure out a way to make oils smell like Disney smells, like confectionery smells, just like you're walking on Main Street and walk into the confectionery. The beach resort is Beach Club, and that's one of our favorite resorts. It smells just like you walking in the beach resort. Adam laughs at me because he says go in and smell the Riviera before I order it. Each resort has a very distinct and particular smell.
Yep.
And that's what this company has done is they've figured out a way to bottle that smell. So there you go.
It's cool.
It's cool. Magic Candle Company, not a sponsor yet, we hope. Anyway, but guys, thank y'all for joining us. This has been a lot of fun. After a week off, it's fun to get back here and talk. Usually the weeks that I go a week off and come back, those are the longer shows.
Yeah, it's true.
Because I haven't talked to everybody for a long time. 14 days, it's so long. Anyway, guys, we're signing out. We will talk to y'all next week.
All right, let me get the other ending real quick before we stop going live, so I can get it on the recording. All right, so I'm going to splice it in right when you said your nice little take us out thing. All right, ready?
And go.
All right, guys, thanks for listening to us for another week. We love you, but not as much as Jesus does. Be kind to each other. Wear a mask. If you don't wear a mask, don't belittle the people that do, and vice versa. That's where the be kind to each other comes in. So stay safe out there, guys, and we will catch you next week.
Bye.